Welcome to DTIB University. This video will cover the InstaCube oral fluid drug test. The InstaCube oral fluid screening test is intended for forensic use only and targets up to 12 illicit and prescription drugs. This test provides only a preliminary analytical test result. A more specific alternate chemical method must be used in order to obtain a confirmed analytical result. Gas chromatography, mass spectrometry, or liquid chromatography tandem mass spectrometry are the preferred confirmatory methods. Some benefits of the InstaCube include eliminating the need for cross-gender observation, avoiding the challenge of a shy bladder, and reducing sample adulteration and contamination. Each case of the InstaCube product contains one step-by-step test instruction, also known as the package insert, 25 collectors, 25 test devices, security seals, and an alcohol color chart if applicable. Recommended but not provided with these are a timing device such as a clock or watch, and disposable gloves. The InstaCube is for in vitro diagnostic use. The test is for one-time use only and should not be used after the expiration date and should remain in the sealed pouch until this use. After use, the test device should be discarded according to federal, state, and local regulations. Do not use this test if you are colorblind. The InstaCube should be stored in the sealed pouch at 59 to 86 degrees Fahrenheit or 15 to 30 degrees Celsius. Instruct the donor to select both an InstaCube device and collection device. The oral specimen should be collected using the collector provided with the kit. No other collection devices should be used with this test. Oral fluid collected at any time of the day may be used. For best results, test specimens immediately following collection. Please refer to the package insert if specimen cannot be tested immediately. Prior to testing, the donor must not have placed anything in their mouth for at least 10 minutes. This includes food, gum, drink, tobacco products, or any other substance or material. Instruct the donor to insert the sponge on the collection device into mouth. Close mouth and continuously move the sponge around for oral fluid collection. Soak sponge in oral fluid and swab inside the mouth with tongue. Instruct the donor to collect oral fluid for at least 7 minutes or until sponge is soft and fully saturated. No hard spots should be felt on the sponge when fully saturated. Instruct the donor not to suck, bite, or chew on the sponge as proper collection may not occur. The test administrator should open the InstaCube device selected by the donor and place the test device on a clean and flat surface. Instruct the donor to remove the collection sponge from the mouth and return to the test administrator. The test administrator should then insert the collection device into the screening device, pressing until the collector cap is sealed with the device tightly. Make sure to keep the InstaCube upright on a flat surface when inserting and pressing the sponge. Peel off the label to view results. Within 1 minute, you should notice wicking occurring. If wicking does not occur, please refer to the troubleshooting section of the InstaCube training guide for reasons as to why this may be occurring. If your product has alcohol, read only alcohol results at 3 minutes. Read all other results at 10 minutes. Each test strip within the device includes an internal procedural control that ensures proper device function. Control lines should form on all control line sections, indicating proper functioning of the test device. Interpretation of results. Negative. The control line must be colored to indicate the test is valid. Any visible line, even a faint one, indicates a negative result. Presumptive positive. The control line must be colored to indicate the test is valid. The test area must be snow white to be considered positive. Invalid. When there is no line in the control line area, the result is invalid. If an invalid result is obtained, repeat the test using a new test device. Thank you for watching the InstaCube instructional video.